there's a cat on the field, on the other end of the field here. That's why the crowd.
And it's a black cat, too,
That
for what
is.
that's worth. The cat is now meandering back toward the end zone, stops. Hope he does not confuse the 10-yard line with kitty litter.
Now a policeman, a state trooper has come on the field, and the cat runs into the end zone. That is a touchdown. And the cat is elusive, kind of like Barkley and Elliott.
He said, no, sir, I'm out here. I'm out here.
Shoot up into the stands. Have you ever tried to catch a cat?
I haven't. I hate cats.
I'm not a fan myself. And up the tunnel he goes to a tumultuous cheer.
Hope you're not tired of the black cat, because we got to talk about it.
We got to talk about it.
Nice.
Cover 4, Cowboys are 4-0 in the division after hanging 37 on the Giants.
Almost your Boldy.
I got close.
Everyone got
What was
close.
your bowl?
Everyone got
40
close.
points.
Ah,
Can we just okay. They're 4-0 in the division. They won. They beat the Giants, and that was the lead. Like the lead is.
Thank you.
What a ridiculous night.
The cat stole the show.
Weird night. That was so
ridiculous
fitting. Michael Irvin was in the box
He
with
was.
Jerry.
Sure was.
Are we
Wow.
repping
Nice
today?
segue.
Are we
Nice
We are
repping?
repping.
Big shirt.
Get these at the pro shop.
Playmaker.
We
What up?
are repping. Let's get into some instant analysis from last night.
The cat
you're
or
gonna
the
get
game?
The most factual analysis here on Cover 4. Show us the highlights. I just want to hear what you guys were thinking of last night when you were watching this game. Barry was in here with me. You guys were in New York. Talk to me about just the start.
This was a bad throw, but I'm loving how the defense rallied. I mean, the New York offense started the ball within the 10-yard line. They held them to 3. Great job on the defense.
That was huge. Red zone defense
Yes.
was great last night.
I'll be very honest with you. I thought I was watching the Jets game all over again.
It felt like that, didn't it,
Yeah,
Dave?
it was gross. They turned the ball over at the beginning. Penalties negating big plays.
My
Couldn't
boy
get out of
Cobb.
their way.
Poor guy, fourth touchdown this season, called back
so
for
bad for
holding.
him.
And yeah, Dave's right. We were all in the press box, and it was quiet. It was so quiet until the moment the black cat happened.
I was convinced that this was going to be a repeat, and
Did
you're
not
right.
happen.
I don't believe in superstition, but it's
But a black cat?
amazing the way that stupid cat turned this whole thing around.
Well, because everyone was saying that it was cursed, MetLife, and then the black cat crosses your path.
My man is chunky. My man is
eating good.
well fed in the
eating
bleachers
good.
of this stadium.
Well, because he's eating all the rats. That's what they said. They have them
true.
all there to help with the rat problem in New York.
And here comes the giant killer himself, Blakey
Blake.
J. My man's got
Barry, last
42.
night you were like, all right, it's time. He needs
He
more
needs
touches.
more touch. Every time he touches the ball, something great happens. Here's a 42-yard TD. He has all the athleticism in the world. Get the man the ball.
5 of his 6 career touchdowns have come against the Giants. So, yes,
Oh, yeah.
the giant killer
But-
himself.
And also, Barry, I want to get your thoughts on this, on the way that Xavier made this play happen.
Oh, it was a great job by Xavier reading the quarterback, but an excellent job by Awuzie funneling that receiver to the middle of the field safety. That's where all his help is. And Xavier finished the playoff well.
These DBs made you proud?
Oh, it was an excellent job last night.
And Brett Maher made us proud.
Oh,
Thing hooked back in.
It's always scary. It's always scary to watch him out there. And we thought, okay, he had great success at MetLife. Then he does it again. Danny Dimes.
For my money, it's hard to say. They were so good against the Eagles too, but this was a fantastic effort from the entire defense. You had the secondary making plays. The pass rush was so active. D-Law looked like D-Law. Limited Saquon Barkley.
Your boy Jordan Lewis. Lindsey's always asking for him to get more involved. He did. Ended the night.
he was a ball magnet.
He is. He really is. But I mean, anybody like Michael Gallup, just an absolute.
Anybody else think that ball was going back the other way by any chance? For a hot
second, I'm like,
man.
ooh.
Gallup is so athletic.
I know.
That's just like you, though, Dave. That is like you in
How'd
boot
you know?
camp.
How'd you know?
Because I've seen you, and it's impressive.
Thank you.
All right, this is what we saw. I want to come out of these highlights and just talk about the offense. Dak Prescott has not lost to the New York Giants since his rookie season. So
You don't want to watch Saquon just torch like the one bad play they gave up?
No, no.
we'll get into more of that later, but just the Cowboys offense, and it seemed like Dak was maybe a tick off on some of those long throws last night, but Ezekiel Elliott rallied, 139 yards on the ground. Are you pleased with this offense going forward? You got the Vikings coming up.
I'm pleased with it. I mean, the way, Zeke had over 20 catches or over 20 touches, and he was falling forward on all his runs. I mean, he ran pissed off like we seen in the Philadelphia game. I'm excited going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring up them. You have to talk about the offensive line. They did a great job to create those lanes for Zeke. You saw Jason Witten. He didn't get the touchdown, but he had a great night that they had to talk about in the booth all night long. I like the fact that even Amari Cooper, he had the knee injury, but they're still battling. This is a tough offense. Like you said, he's falling forward. He's getting those blue-collar yards.
Okay, fine. I'll be the bad guy.
Here it is.
They started so slow again against a bad team. They can't.
A divisional team, though, David.
Let me throw this out there.
Can't afford to play as sloppy as they did at the beginning of this game.
Let me throw this out there. What if that's just who they are, and you're going to have to overcome these things going forward?
It's going to be a stressful
I mean, how many times have we said it?
It has been.
It already is.
They're 5-3. It's been really stressful. This might just be who they are. They're going to have to pick the pieces up, put it back together.
If that's the case, then it's just frustrating because there's so much talent. Everything y'all just said is true. Zeke played like a boss. The O-line played great. Dak made some great throws. Cooper battled back. All of that's true. Cobb with the fumble. Tony Pollard dropped probably a touchdown pass at the beginning of that game. You have untimely flags getting them out of rhythm. It took them until Jarwin scored with like 3 minutes, I think less than 3 minutes in the half, for them to really get on track and get things moving. We saw that happen against Green Bay, and it got them beat bad. Like, not every team you play is going to be 2-7. They just got to clean it up.
Would you have felt that way, though, if they didn't have the interceptions early in the first quarter?
No,
and that's
but
what
that's
I'm saying.
Pretty big.
That's what I'm saying. But then in the Eagles game, you see the forced fumble, and then they get to capitalize in the red zone. It has to be both sides of the ball.
I don't expect them to jump out to a 14-0 lead the way they did against Philly every week, but you can't afford to dig yourself into these situations. Like, again, they played a lot like they played against Green Bay. Remember, they're moving it up and down the field against Green Bay. Cooper has the long ball. Fumbles it. The difference is Green Bay was good enough to capitalize and the Giants weren't.
Let's talk about the Cowboys defense, Barry. The third in red zone defense in the league. Was this last night? Was this a coaching thing, or was this just a players getting up for the opportunity?
I think it was just a players getting up and executing. I think New York was 1 for 5 in the red zone, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that's huge. You're going to win a lot of games if you can hold teams to field goals in this league. If you can get that pressure off the edge and up the front like they were doing last night. I mean, the sky's the limit. Michael Bennett.
Yeah. Well, we talked about him all last week. We talked about how he was going to mesh with these teammates. You guys saw it. Everyone could see it from the press box, from the field, from the broadcast. When he was making plays, this whole defense was lit up. Your guy, Sean Lee.
Vintage Lee.
That was absolutely vintage Sean Lee. And you have to talk about Jaylon Smith, 12 tackles on the night. He was just so around the ball. I felt like everyone was hyped.
I forgot.
Byron Jones.
Yeah.
That was
Sorry, Byron.
It was.
Reminded me of the old Odell Brandon Carr.
Yeah, it's like Odell light.
Primetime.
It's nice that the cat took that away, so it wasn't as much of a focus.
I mean, I don't even care that Saquon had the 65-yard catch. What they did to him was incredible.
They bottled him up.
They played absolutely great, and I think we're starting to see the dividends of Robert Quinn's fast start. You can't afford to pay all the attention to DeMarcus Lawrence, and what's he do? He blew them up last night.
Yeah, that dance is going to go down. We weren't loving that last night.
What is that dance?
But guys, I will say that the Giants offense you're going up against, I said this like a broken record last night. I know they only had 2 wins, but they were not a bad offense. Daniel Jones is coming into his thing. He's got receivers that can make room for him to do some stuff, and Saquon Barkley.
Absolutely. No, they have talent, and the defense
Holding them to 18.
The defense deserves a ton of credit. Holding them to 18, 1 of 5 in the red zone. I mean, the whole complexion of the game changes if they give up a touchdown on that first series after Dak's pick. So
Hot Boys are back.
Tons of. I mean,
They've added 2 members this past weekend: Post Malone and the Black Cat.
Mr.
Cuddles.
Is that what we're calling them?
That's what they're calling them.
There's many names.
They are
names.
scratching and clawing, like Jason Garrett says.
Get him a Hot Boy chain.
If you're watching Cover 4, I know you're on social media, but we're just going to remind you of everything that happened last night. Guys, this is wild. Wild in the sense of what happened, and a wildcat on the field.
A feral cat. They were afraid to go after him. The guards and the security people were afraid to go after him.
No problems.
And honestly, the odds of it being a fully black cat, just a weird night right after Halloween. The players were loving it. I think there were some crazy stats that went along with this since the cat ran on the field.
This is wild. You can't make this up. the woman showing that her cats are then drawn to the television. I showed this to Dave during the game, and he actually got jealous because he said, my dog never does that for
People
television.
are always showing videos of their pet, like watching TV. My dog never does that. He's
a good
stupid.
boy.
I get it.
This was the funniest one right here.
Wide receiver Russell Shepard, not in the game.
Go
Didn't know
Tigers.
he'd be the focus of
No.
cover 4.
You never know when you're going to be a meme, and that's what makes
meme.
memes so great, honestly.
Oh, his face was classic on that one.
Here
That is
are
ferocious.
the numbers behind what happened. A 34-point run for the Cowboys. After the cat.
After the
And
cat.
honestly, I know a lot of people are talking about the superstition here, but the fact of the matter is it did slow down the game. They had to have a game delay, and maybe that just took away some of the Giants' momentum. Cowboys got to reset, laugh a little bit.
I didn't watch. Obviously, we were in the.
Dana Burns for the
Dana
win.
Burns for the win. I didn't watch the TV broadcast, but the cat was on the field probably 45 seconds to a minute before like everybody in the game realized what was going on.
So he was on there during play.
My man doubled down the field and back. Like he ran all the way up to the
There
line
were
of
actual
scrimmage.
stats.
Yeah,
from his performance,
good
so
for him.
let's,
Good job,
let's
Mr. Cuddles.
hear
That's what they're calling
Jason
him.
Kitten.
Mr. Jason.
what the players had to
Dak
say in the
Prescott.
locker room. Dak
love it.
Prescott, looking at you.
I just was wondering who was going to catch the thing. I wasn't getting close to it. I'm not superstitious or anything, but I wasn't getting near it. And thankful we got that thing out of the stadium and was able to get back to the game.
It was a good omen, though. You got scored right after that.
Turned your way after that.
Yeah, I mean, things weren't good up to that point, so I mean, it could only get better from there. So I thought about that. I definitely thought about that. I guess we'll start rolling now that the Black Cats come in bad for the Giants.
What do you think about the Black Cat?
Oh, man. I'm a little superstitious. I will say it was funny. And the Black Cat was in our favor tonight, so we'll take it.
Saw you point at the cat when he was on the field. What was your reaction in that moment?
The first thing that crossed my mind, no joke, is like, they got bad luck now. It just turned on them, you know. So I was like, man, the game over. Like, if a black cat runs on the damn field on a Monday Night Football game, a black cat, like, you might well call it quits, bro. Like, y'all luck is terrible. So, yeah, it was just bad luck, and yeah, that was it.
Or good luck.
I hate cats too, so it's like, hurry up and get this cat before it gets to me, you know.
What? Rich like slowly comes around like, do I need to fix something?
I think the main thing I learned tonight, one, is like a lot of guys don't like cats.
Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm not gonna lie.
It's pretty common.
I guess, I mean, I'm not a huge cat guy, but I don't hate them.
You're an animal lover.
There it is.
Honorary Hot Boys member. D-Law, literally, I was on the bus waiting to leave MetLife when D-Law tweeted out a link to a Hot Boys cat t-shirt.
They work
Shout out
fast.
to his marketing
They
squad.
work fast.
There it is.
There
You had better believe I am getting one. I will
Derek
wear
will
it.
not care if you expense
I will
this.
wear it on cover 4.
I just want
Cat
a donation to
Lizzo.
SPCA, something like
I
that.
hope so.
I just want to throw this out here.
the cat hate.
Let none of this distract you from the fact that Will Hernandez tried to fight everyone.
He
last
tried
night.
everyone
No
last
penalties
night.
called on him.
Everyone got a piece of Will. I mean, it was
My man's a sore loser. Like, there's no
He was going
way around
after
it.
everyone.
everybody.
Sorry, buddy.
All right,
Poppy
let's
L.
go to game balls, Dave. You are first up, and I'm so excited about this.
Well, how can you not? There's a bunch of reasons to pick Blake Jarwin.
It's okay, you slept
got
2 hours.
3.5 hours of sleep. He only had one catch for 42 yards, but guess what? It was the catalyst in this game. They've been playing terrible. They were down 12-3. Felt like it was slipping away, and he goes and does this. Really reignites the offense, and on top of that, it's his 5th career touchdown against the Giants.
5 of 6 against
He's
the
the
Giants.
Giant Slayer. My man is the Giant Killer. He's taking the mantle from Jason Witten from one side into the
Honestly, he kind of showed speed, so I really am
Some
interested to
explosiveness.
see.
He asked Madden. He was like, "You guys got to boost my
He's a
speed."
former wide receiver.
I'll ask him about it tonight on
Game
Cowboys
ball,
Hour.
Blake. Yes,
Him
he's gonna
and-
be on Cowboys Hour.
Him and Dalton.
Dalty Schultz.
There we go.
The 2 tight
Tight
ends.
end time.
Yeah. What you got?
I'm sure they're excited, but no one was excited as Ezekiel Elliott. He got the big runs that we wanted to see again. He was running angry. He had 139 rushing yards, a season high, 5th time this season already hitting the century mark. He is just on one, and he's got the sleeves back. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but he just runs even better when he has the sleeves on. I loved to see his performance last night, especially when he's always being compared to Saquon Barkley. It's exciting to see that this guy is obviously elite. He got paid like he was elite earlier this season.
He's never lost to Saquon.
2 back-to-back games of these explosive runs, I want to see him break away and get that touchdown. Maybe he's building up to that.
Honestly, you're right, because that was what seemed like it was missing, but this was the most rush yards he's ever had against the Giants, so
I will take it.
Game ball to you.
Game ball to Zeke.
Well.
Yours, though.
Oh, mine? It goes to my boy, man, the homie, Vintage Lee, Sean Lee. I mean, my guy was out there. He was tied for the lead in tackles that game.
Yep.
He was all
9
over
solo.
Saquon Barkley. Any type of dump off they try to do to him, he was all over it. I mean, the guy showed his experience, his speed. Look at the guy out there.
He plays his best game against the Giants every year, I feel like.
You're right.
Look at him, he's excited.
I was waiting for the interception, Lindsay. I really thought your boldie would come true.
It's fun to see the offseason storyline pay off. Like, they have so many good linebackers. Van Der Esch doesn't play this game. Sean Lee.
He was so excited for Sean Lee on the sideline.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well. My game ball is going to none other than Xavier Woods for the forced fumble on Daniel Jones, as well as the interception. I love that he didn't get distracted by where the ball was. He had his eyes on it the whole time, taking advantage of a young quarterback. Both of these turnovers turned into points, and they're only field goals. So you really need these momentum shifts during the game. I mean, I can't even explain how big it is for this team.
Really good game from the Cowboys safeties 5 days after
Jamal Adams, I was just going to say. And for Xavier Woods, he was the same guy last year. They were like, we want Earl Thomas. And Xavier's like, nah.
Not when you got
my beer.
I got you, fam.
All right, we are done for the day already. It's so fun to talk about a Cowboys win on a Tuesday prime time. Jason Garrett will talk to us about 4 p.m. today, and we will be back tomorrow morning.
I'm going to get a cat nap real quick. You know? You see what I did there?
That's tomorrow.